Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a product demo video, and what we're going to demo today is we are going to demo the We Are Makers Shadow Box Punch Board. This thing is pretty fantastic. I've already played with it. The other thing that we're going to go along with this is the We Are Makers Hinge Punch trio set. And let me show you what each of these actually makes. So this board makes shadow boxes and sleeves for up to 5x5 paper. But I also have a hack to make bigger ones because this is a 5x7 shadow. This is a 5x7 shadow box with the sleeve. And I have a hack for doing this and both pieces on this board. But you can actually also go up to, with a 12x12 sheet of scrapbook paper cardstock, you can go up to an 8x8 shadow box. And I'll show you how to do that. And on this one, I just did the hinge punch and did a little swivel hinge lid, which is super fun as well. And like I said, this is made with the 12x12 sheet of paper. And on that, you get an 8x8 shadow box, which is super fun. And so, yeah, I was going to go ahead and show you the little hack I have for making these larger sizes. I'm sure that if you have this or you're looking at it, you've probably already seen demonstrators do up to a 5x5, which requires a 9x9 sheet of paper. But I wanted to show you that. And the reason they do that on here is because the length of this is 9 inches for you to be able to score fully on the board and not ruin your paper. Because my hack for larger pieces, yeah, see, so a 9-inch paper will come to about there, so you can actually see the full score lines and where to score. But in order to do a bigger box like these, you have to hang it off the edge of the board, which then you have to do a flip. You have to flip it and do, that sort of thing in order to use it to make these bigger ones. But that's why the board says that the largest is a 9x9 or a 5x5 rather inch 5x5 inch shadow box. And the other thing is they only have square ones on here. And the thing is so the smallest size that they recommend you make is a 2x2, which you use a 6x6 sheet of paper, which is really fun. It's a nice tiny cute little shadow box. But you can actually do rectangular shapes. So if you wanted to do a 2x3, you could do, this is a 3x3, you could do a 3x5, you could do a 4x6, 5x7 like I have here. If you just stick with the square sheet of paper, you're going to get a square. But if you alter the number by an inch, you'll end up with actually a rectangle box. So if you think about picture sizes, any of those picture sizes, 5x7, 4x6, 3x5, and add 4 inches to each number, that's the size of paper that you would actually need in order to create a shadow box that is that size. Now, I do want to let you know too, though, that the this is a legit 5x7, but that's not what fits inside. So this is 5. It's actually just a hair over. It's like 5 and an 1/8, and by 7 and an 1/8. But the actual technical space on the inside is, let's see, it's a 4x6, I believe. Yeah, it's like a 4x6 is what actually fits inside the 5x7 shadow box. So, if you're wanting to do a 4x6, put a 4x6 in it, you'll want to do a 5x7. So you'll want to go up an inch. And you want to go up an inch in size for the picture you're trying to put in there. So a 3x5, you would want to go 4x6 and then add 4 inches to that. So a 5x7, you would want to do a 6x8. So then you're adding 4 inches onto that. So you're going to be a 6x8. You're going to be a 10x12 sheet of paper in order to do a 5x7 size picture inside the shadow box. So that would be the size of paper that you would need. And so, yeah, so I was just going to show you how I make these on the shadow box. The other fun thing that you can do with this, you can actually turn this into a giant shaker. I actually have Anna Griffin's Slimline box card, and we turned it into a shaker so easy. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to cut an acetate layer that fits this. So this, you would basically cut it just a hair shy of 5x7 so it fits nice and square on the front of this. And then you would score tape it down, like fill it, and you could put thick stuff up to 1/2 inch. So you could put flowers, all kinds of like really big gems and all kinds of fun stuff in here. That's like 3D inside the shadow box. And then you put a piece of acetate over the top of it with score tape. And then you could just decorate it with a little bit of a border, like a border punch or a frame. Like if you have frame dies that do 5x7, Anna Griffin has frame dies that are 5x7. So then you would put that over the top of the piece of acetate, and that is your like all-in-one shaker. It's like, it's so fabulous. These make such great shakers. Shaker cards. I love doing it. Or just 3-dimensional home decor even. Because if you just had this, well, let's use this. You could actually put 4 of these together and make a display piece for your centerpiece for your table. And whether you put flowers in the center of it or decorated, like put some flower foam in the center of 4 of them, you could do 3 of them, so it's just a triangle. Yeah, it makes a really fun way to make a quick and easy home decor piece or table centerpiece. Like super, super fun. And so I think because it's 4th of July, we should do a 4th of July one. So let me show you how this works. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do an 8x8 for a display piece. And I'm going to show you how to use a 12x12 sheet of cardstock, because a lot of us have that 12x12. And so actually let's, that will all roll in. Let's see. This will be that. I think actually, yeah, let's do these two. No. Let's see. Oh, this is for, yeah, let's actually do 2 of these, and then I can decorate up the inside with my 4th of July stuff. So let's go ahead and get another one of those. So we got that. And because we're going to make a double. We're going to make 2 of them, and we're going to hinge it. So that way it opens up as a display piece, is what we're going to do here. So all you're going to do is you're going to use your entire sheet of 12x12 cardstock. And what you're going to do is on all 4 sides, you want to, there's a scoring tool located on the side here. You just want to take and this right here, this is for the box. These scoring lines are for the box. These scoring lines are actually for these boxes that it says in the description to make a sleeve. To make a sleeve that these slide in and out of. And that's what this space on the board does here. And then this is your punch for your corners. And so let's go ahead and score this. Let's go ahead and score. And so basically all you're going to do on this is, because the whole sheet of paper does not fit on the scoring board, you're just going to go not all the way to the end. You're just going to go about there. And then what you want to do is you want to flip it. So you have to score it, let's see, 4 times. 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to finish scoring those score lines. And you want to do that. You want to do that on all 4 sides, all the way around. And so you're going to basically be doing, as you know, don't go all the way to the end because you don't want to bust your paper. When I was doing the sleeve for the 5x7, I got overzealous and I tried to like get as close to the end. It's like, don't do that. And so I ended up popping a hole in the paper. It's like, don't do that. Just flip it over. And that way you don't get a hole in your paper. Yeah, so like that, and then flip. You just have to remember to flip it, and make sure you're all the way up in the corner up here. Make sure you see it's all the way through there, and then this is the last one. See, so we got 4 score lines on all sides. I mean, these are so quick. I mean, they're just really nice. And then flip. And boom. There you go. And so now you have this 12 by 12 sheet that has 4 score lines all the way around. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to put the corner of your paper in the corner of this punch here. You want to make sure you're lined up all the way in the punch. Punch it and then slide it over again. Slide it over till you're going to slide it over to the first score line there that lines up with the edge of the punch. That's how you know if you're all the way over. Make sure you're all the way down on this edge. And then you're going to punch it again. And you want to do that on the 4 sides, but you want them on the same side. So I started here, and so I want to keep it on the same side. So I'm going to flip the page over, and I'm going to punch it again 2 more times. Make sure it's all the way into the corner. Punch, slide it over. Make sure my score line lines up with the edge of the punch here. Make sure I'm all the way down on both sides. Punch again. And now what you want to do is you want to do it on the same side that you did this one on. And so, yeah. And so you're going to flip the page back over to where it's where you started. And you're going to put that corner that's across from the one you did in the punch corner. And then you're going to make sure you're all the way down to the corner. Punch. Slide. Make sure you're lined up with the score line. Punch. And then you're going to flip it this way. And you're going to punch 2 times on this side. So whenever you punch the 2 corners, you want to make sure it's on the same side. And then you flip it over and you're across. So when you get these mitered corners, you want them to be across from each other. So you don't want one here and one here. You want it across like this. And so then that's all you do. I mean, this is a piece of cake. And so now what we're going to do is we are going to fold all the score lines. Okay. Oh no, wrong way. I wanted this to be my frame. And you're going to fold all of your score lines in. And then after we do this, what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over and put score tape on the outside of all the tabs. I mean, isn't this easy? This makes making boxes so simple. And this is a huge shadow box. I mean, yeah. And since we're doing a double, you can make a display piece with this. It's so fun. And so now we're going to flip it over, and on the very outside tab all the way around, we're going to put score tape, or you can use glue, whichever. Well, how I'm going to show you the hack though, you want to go ahead and put the score tape on all the way around. Like so. Make sure to burnish the score tape down and make sure it's on your outside tabs. Like so. Burnish it down. It's on the outside one. On the back. And now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we are going to we're going to fold these two mitered corner sides in first. Make sure the tape is, your score tape is on top of the tab. And if you want to add glue here, you can. On this step, you can add glue on top of that tab. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to count in 2 score lines, fold there like this. And then I'm going to fold the whole thing over on itself and then burnish it down like this. And then what happens is you're going to then, what you can do is you can push it up, push the side up, and that's what makes your mitered corner tube. Like, right? Isn't that cool? And so now what you're going to do is you're going to actually push it back like this, and you're going to do the other side. Then flip it around and do the other side the same way. So count 2 score lines in, 1, 2, fold there like this, and then fold the whole thing over on itself, and then burnish it. Make sure to burnish this edge, because that's where the score tape is. And then fold it up and push it out like this. And now we're going to go to the straight sides. Make sure our score tape is on top of the tab. Same thing, 1, 2, fold it in half, and then fold it over on itself. And burnish. Burnish it down. And you're like, how in the world are you going to get that to go in? Don't worry. So now what you're going to do is you're going to push it back. And sometimes you do have to like get this corner off of the mitered piece. But it's really simple. You just kind of bend the paper a little to get it to pop off the corner. And so they're both under the mitered corner piece. And then you're going to turn it around and you're going to do the same thing on this side. Peel the back off. Make sure the tape is on top of the tab. Then you're going to count 1, 2, fold it in half there, and then fold it over on itself and burnish this edge here. Burnish the edge really good. That's where the score tape is. And then fold it back all the way back on itself. And then like there, you have to pop there. And that one was done. Okay, and now what you're going to do is to get your corners to go, because we still have to add tape to these, but you're going to be able to push these up together. And they're going to come in together. So you can either use hot glue here, or you can use regular liquid glue. And then you're just going to glue your corners together like that. Like, right? Isn't that great? And then these will meet up the same way. Like this. And isn't that awesome? I think that is such a great, fun box. Like, isn't that going to be so cute? And so with 4th of July, right? Like, that is pretty stinking fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our glue on. And I think, do I want to use score tape on that? Or regular glue? Actually, I think I'm just going to hot glue mine. That's what I did to the other ones. I'm just going to do that. Hot glue it. Whoopsie. We're going to hot glue it. Okay, and now, yeah, I'm just going to what I'm going to do is hold it down and put a little hot glue on the corner and then push them up together like this and then push down on the top like that. And that way it will hold my corner square, and I can hold it square on the table to make sure it's all nice and straight and looks pretty. And yeah, I think that's going to be the coolest. So we'll wait for that to heat up. And actually, while I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm going to make one more of these boxes, and I'll be right back. So I'll have 2. Okay, so I got my second one all made, but I actually glued the corners of it already. So I'm going to do that with you now. And when you hot glue it, some of the glue, when you like go to scrape it off, it does leave a little bit of a sheen. So if you're doing like a solid color cardstock, sometimes you can actually, like on here, you can actually see the hot glue. And if you don't want to see that, then you might not want to hot glue it. But that doesn't bother me, and this isn't done to me anyhow, so I would actually pop a frame over this or some decorative border or something on it. And so I don't mind that. You might think about it if you don't like that though, and you don't have a busy enough paper like this where you just don't notice it on the corners. You might want to think about just using like some art glitter glue or something like that. Just a little FYI, you know. And so basically what I do, I hold my shadow box on the table when I go to do it. And I push the square, the one that's the rectangle one, I push it out. And so you're putting glue on the top. So when you push it out, it's the one on the very outside of that corner, right? You're going to put glue there, just a little bit. This is paper. You do not need a lot. And then what you're going to do is you're going to push it up together, and you're going to hold it square like this on the table, flat on the table, and then you're just going to use your finger. And it's hot when you go to wipe it off. It is hot. I will acknowledge that it's very warm to the touch. And so basically you're going to do the same thing on this side. Put just a touch on that top corner. That was a bit much, but then you're going to hold them together flat on the table like this. And then as soon as it's cold, just a tad. Oh, keep holding them together though. Push. You want to make sure to push it down too, so it makes these two pieces make contact. So maybe use one of those little My sister got me some. I just, they're in a drawer and I didn't get them out. Those little finger protectors. Probably want to use those. Just saying. Especially if you have a hot glue gun. Oh man, this is like fire. Okay. Holding it together, just pushing them together, holding it together. There we go. That worked. And now, last corner. I'm just going to hold it out a tad. Just a little. Just try to put a tiny bit on there. Push them up together. Make sure it's all flat on the table. And then get rid of the excess while pushing down. Yeah, that's hot. I should have got my finger protector. But I don't know how easily it would have been. You would have been able to do that piece. So just know that part's warm. Maybe just use our glitter glue if you're, you know, adverse to getting burned. Okay, there you go. And there it is. How easy is that, right? Like, that is so simple. And it's pretty darn square. It's off just a hair. Not bad, though. And so now now we can make a shadow box. I was going to make a shadow box decor piece that stands on the table like this. So I just have to make a hinge piece. And now I had to figure out what I want to use to make my hinge piece. You're basically making an 8x8 shadow box card is what you're doing here. And so I don't need the hot glue right now. And I need an 8" by 1" strip of cardstock to run down the spine of what I want to do. Because I was thinking 4th of July. Something 4th of July would be super fun. You could stand it up to display something. Would be really cool. And I do have the rest of the Anna Griffin. This is out of the Anna Griffin Madison paper collection. Oh, let's go the same way. Yeah, that like that. The Anna Griffin Madison paper collection is where this is out of. So let me grab. I need a hinge piece. So I think what I'm going to do is grab a piece of dark blue cardstock for the hinge. That is going to be 8 by 1, scored on the 1" side at 1/2 inch. Let me do that. Let me double check. Yeah, at the 1". See, it's 1" deep-ish. I think I'm going to do that. So let me get some navy cardstock that's cut down to those dimensions, 8 by 1, scored on the 1 at 1/2. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have my hinge piece that's going to go here, what I want to do is I actually want to fold this in half to get it working for me. And I think I'm going to go both ways actually on this. And then I'm going to put score tape on each side. And I actually just used a punch board to score this because those are 1/2 inch score lines anyways. And so it worked out perfect. And so I'm just putting 1/4 inch score tape on this. And you could technically just use glue on this. You don't need score tape, but this is just quicker for me. You want it permanent, you could use both. I'm not really worried about it. Make sure. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to line it up on 1/2. Oh, hey. Wait a minute. Is this 8? This is not 8. Oh, this is 8.5. Oh, whoops. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me line it up at the top. Lining it up on the table and then burnishing it on the edge. And then, I forgot. I just cut the end off of it 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and was like, oh, that'll work. And it's a 1/2 inch too long. I need 8 inches. This is an 8 inch cube. Perfect. I hope I didn't cut my shadow box. I don't think I did. I think it'll be fine. And now what we're going to do is make sure our patterns are going the same way. And then I'm just going to line it up on here. And then burnish the other side down as soon as I'm square. Like so. And there we go. I think that's going to work for me. just to get a hinge piece down. Boom. And then look at that. That's all we're concerned about is that. And look how fun that is. That is pretty good. I'm liking that. And now we can just decorate it. We are golden to decorate. I think that is swell. So now we can just grab some decorations here and have some fun with this. We can make it into shakers. We can do almost, actually, if you're going to do a shaker and if you're going to put frames, anything on the outside, we should have already done that and then put the hinge piece on, because sometimes that will change the depth of the two pieces you're trying to put together, because you add more cardstock on each of these layers and it gets thicker and thicker, and then it doesn't want to close because it's too tight here. So yeah, but how fun is that? That is pretty cool. Yeah, so let me think about this. What I'm gonna do here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got a bit of a design here, and these are out of the embellishments, out of the Anna Griffin Madison paper collection. And so I found these corners here, and I'm gonna go ahead, since this is kind of gonna be a shadow box. Well, it is a shadow box. I'm gonna go ahead and pop all these things up, and I want it to be a decor piece as well. So I am super happy with tons of dimension on this as a display piece. So I think this is gonna be really fun to add dimension to all these items here. And then let's see. I want to add a dimension to this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pop a few on these. And then I was going to show you a quick and easy way to make a shadow box, a clear shadow box lid for these, which is pretty fun also. And one that you can actually remove and then rearrange things or whatnot, if you so choose. And then, let's see, let's pop this up pretty good. So I think I'm going to go 2 layers on this one, because we have the space. We might as well. And then, whoops, 2 layers on this side. Because I want this to go like right. Oh, it's magic. So I think I need these to go at the top. Do I? Actually, I think I need this one to go up. One more. Oh yeah, that's exactly. To really get some pop out of that. And then I was going to pop this here. I think that side's going to look really good for that. And I think I'm going to go 1 on that side and then 2 on this side. And I think that looks pretty good. And what I was going to show you how to make is like this cover right here. And if you wanted to pop, look how fun that is. Here, let's move some of the, actually, I've got it arranged. Let me just pop these down, and then I'll show you what that looks like. And we could even put some, of those gold, rub-ons on there, on the outside of the window, which would be really fun as well, on this window here, which always adds tons and tons of fun. So let's go ahead, and we know these get popped up in the corners. Like so. And then this one's going to go down here like that. And be looking all kinds of fun. Like that. And then these two, we said get popped up in the corner as well. Oops. And then that way when it's sitting on the table, it'll look cohesive because these are in each of the corners. the far corners. Like that. And then, let's see, we want, definitely, let's see if we can get away with popping this up. Maybe something like this, maybe one more. Might need that. I don't think it's gonna go under that banner there, or that bunting. But let's just kind of see where it ends up. Up there? Maybe there, we were thinking. Yeah, that looks cool right there. So let's do this here. And down, like down here. And just take the tape or the backer off the top of this. Like that maybe. And then we can pop this up. Like really pop that up. So I'm thinking 1, 2. I think it's going to need 3 to get this one to be where we want it to be. And this one's going to need 3. I'm pretty sure. Whoops. And this other one, I think, is only going to probably need 1. I think. Is all this one's going to need is just 1, because we're going to try to go up on. Yeah, like that, right? Let's see, do we like that? I think that is looking pretty cute. I think that looks really cute. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's actually pretty fun. And then we still have room to put maybe some gold. Oh, this was what? Okay. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. So this one actually needs 3 as well. And we'll just kind of put this one to 1, 2. Yeah, this one needs 3. And then we were going to pop. That's right. And these were going to go up here. Like this. That's where these were going to go, is like that. So I'm thinking we just do like 1. Pop 1 up on each of these. I don't know if this one will go all the way. I think that'll probably be fine. Yeah, what do we think, right? That is actually pretty fun, right? Oh my goodness, right? And so now let me show you how to make this window here, and to where it looks like it's a real shadow box. And then if you wanted to add things to it, it just pops right out. You don't have to worry about adhering it or anything. It just fits right in there. It's just super nice. And then it closes really good as well. So let me do that. Like, right? Isn't that the greatest? Like, that is pretty fun, right? And so and that's going to make a fun little table display piece. That'll be a hoot. So yeah, so let's make the window for that, and then we'll get some gold. Well, we might, okay, maybe we do have to. Oh no. I was like, oh, maybe we do have to glue it down. You might want to glue it down just so it doesn't have a propensity to want to come off, but I don't think it's necessary. It just stays right in there. I think it's because I was fiddling around with it and stuff. But let me grab, I have spellbinders. clear acetate sheets. These are really nice. They're not as thick as clear cardstock, but I haven't been able to source that clear cardstock since Harpo Creations closed. That's where I used to get that from, was from them. And that is crazy nice stuff. But I haven't found it. Most everything I found is clear acetate sheets, which are much flimsier. They're not as sturdy as the clear cardstock, which that stuff is so nice. I think they generally make boxes out of that, like display shipping boxes. I'm pretty sure their packaging was made out of that clear cardstock. And I mean, it's just so crisp. But the Spellbinder's clear acetate is really nice too. It's a nice thickness. It's really see-through, so I mean that's pretty good. So now in order to do this, what I do is when I go to, so for any shadow box to make this layer, what you want to do is you want to measure the inside of the shadow box. So this is 7 inches, and since it's square, it'll be 7 by 7. And then I add an inch to it. So if I'm gonna if I want a 7 by 7, I'm gonna cut an 8 by 8 inch, but I'm gonna trim it down by 1/8 of an inch. So technically, I'm gonna go 7 7/8 by 7 7/8, and then I'm gonna score 1/2 inch on all sides, and that's so that way it fits nicely down in the box. So let's cut a 7 7/8 inch piece of clear acetate to make our window. And then I was just doing everything on the punch board. Since that's the depth of your shadow box anyways, this makes a really nice tool to make the window with as well. So let's see. We're going to cut this down to 7 7/8 by 7 7/8 to make that front window panel. And that just gives you like a 1/16 of an inch all the way around, a little bit of room to be able to get this to fit on there and not be too large. If you try to go exactly, like when you go to fold these up, it gives you room to be off one way or the other. And so here we go. So then all I do is I take this and just score it on all the sides on the first score line here. And then when you fold it, you want to fold it the way you're denting it in. I found acetate or clear cardstock doesn't fold the way paper does, where you're supposed to go against it generally. I find that it's easier if you fold with it. So since I dented it on the top, I'm going to fold it on the top. And then all we have to do is cut the corners out to make it go really nice. So I'm going to crease these, fold all these score lines nice and tight like this. And then what I do is, I should have cut the corners out first. It's always easier if you do it first, because then you can get the folds nice. And if you cut it at a tiny angle, so basically you're just cutting this little corner out on all sides and just cut right up to this point there. And if you cut out just a little bit, it will make it nicer to fold. And I should have done this before I folded these. Whoops. It is what it is. And I try to go right to the corner so that way there's no gap. Right to that little point. There we go. And now we can finish folding these. Like this. Now, if you wanted to turn this into a shaker, you would actually just cut a piece of cardstock that would fit this outside, which would be just shy of the outside. So you'd want it to be 7 7/8 by 7 7/8, and then you would just put all your little bits in there, and then secure it with score tape or glue. You can even do glue. Score tape's much quicker though. And then you would just put a frame on it. Okay, and so I pushed them back out. I know I folded them in, but you then want to push them back out. Get all your smudgies off there. It's nice we're not gluing this in, so if you do get something on the window, you can go back and clean it, so not that big of a deal. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to pop it on. You're just going to push all these little sides down into your display piece. And you might have to finagle it at first around all your little embellishments, but they'll tuck right in. And then there you go. Like, right? How fun is that, right? And it looks like a regular, like a real shadow box. I think that is so fun. And then you can pop the window out, rearrange, add stuff. I mean, I think it's so cool. But the other element, I forgot. Wait. We can add gold rub-ons on this. Hold on. Okay, so I popped the window back in, and I was gonna play around. Like, I found these are the Anna Griffin glorious foil rub-ons, and so I was thinking these scrolls is what I was thinking, and I think I'm gonna like pop this one up there. Yeah, I'll go like that. And then this one, we can go, all you do is you just cut out the design you want out of both the the bottom carrier sheet and the top. You cut them out together, and then you just rub them on. So I think I'm going to go like that. Where are you guys? There, like that. And then I think just a couple will get us some super fun designs. There. Let's see. We could go there. That's not going to be all the way on. We could go, actually there. We could go there, like that. And then this one would get us down here. We could just do like that on that. And then that I think that will be good. There was all kinds of other stuff we could have done, but I think that is going to be perfect. The perfect amount there. Because you could put flowers, the flower rub-ons. You could do all kinds of stuff. And then I think these are going to have to be burnished. I don't think they would. I don't think they'll just do this. I think you'll have to, I think I need to rub them. I think they have to be, are they going to go? No way. They need a little bit more pressure than that, but they're actually working. Oh yeah. And I think if you, here, let's pop this out. Let's pop this out and fold it back down. Shame on me for thinking I could just skate my way through this. It's acetate, so they stick really well to this, but not if you're not burnishing them. Come on, give it its just desserts, right? These are beautiful. You really need to give them everything you can. Okay, so we were putting this one on the corner. Yeah, you don't have to do too much, but you do have to burnish them. You can just use your finger, though. You don't need like your bone folder or anything, because these stick really well to acetate. Yeah. See, how much prettier is that? Okay. Right? It's like, stop being lazy. Do it. But isn't this great? This shadow box punch board is so stinking fun. You can do so many different things with this. I was supposed to show you the hinge punch, but I don't need it for this one. And so now let's see what this looks like on here, right? Oh my goodness. How fun is that? Oh, right. That is pretty good. So let's see these. Take this off. And then look, like, right? Is that not the funnest thing ever? Like, that is pretty cool. I don't know if you can actually see it on camera or not, but it actually adds a bunch of dimension, you know, from it being on the window and then everything popped up and whatnot on the shadow box. It's actually pretty stinking fun. Yeah, so whether you just do the clear acetate for the front window or you add embellishments, like this is just a super fun, amped up decor piece. I mean, like, that is pretty cool. It'd be a fun hostess gift, I think, too. Like, you could make that and take it if you wanted. And give it to your hostess. I think they would get a kick out of it. Especially did a decorative sleeve to go around it to present it. Would be really fun. Yeah, but I think this is about all I've got. Oh, actually, this one was going to go up there. We were going to put this one up here. Like so. So let's pop this out, though. And burnish this down. Yeah, if you made a beautiful, a fun sleeve to go over the top of it. And we could even do that really quick. The hinge is supposed to be a window like this one. And I could even show you how that goes, but then we could do a project later with it as well. Right? Oh my gosh. How fun is that? And then we were going to... Where were we going to put this guy? Like down here? We could put this one down here. Yeah, I think right about here would be super fun. And just pressing it there again. With my fingers to burnish it, because you don't really need too much more than that. Oh my gosh, right? Oh, so fun. And you're just going to pop this back on. And like, how sweet is this? And look how sweet. Like, right? That's pretty fun, right? Oh my goodness. And look at that. That is a hoot, isn't it? Oh my goodness, that is great. And that is fun to sit on a table, and it's big. So this is 8 by 8. So this is 16 by 8. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty fun, pretty sizable decor piece. I think that is pretty cool. So yeah, so then you could actually present this in a sleeve. You would just make a sleeve to go around it. So what would we have to have for that? We would need 8. So we would need it to be 8 tall by, let's see, 8. And then this is an inch, 9, 10. So 8 by 10, score an inch on each side. Or like score an inch and then like score it at 9 and an 1/8. Probably so you had a little bit of play in there. So let's do that. Let's cut 2 pieces that are 8 by 10 and see what happens. Let's see. What do we got here? This would be a fun outside one. Yeah, that'd be a fun outside one there. We'll cut 2 that are 8 by, right? We said 8 by 10. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 2 that are 8 by 10. And let's see, where are we at with this? To make a sleeve. So let's go 8, by 10. By 10. And then let's see if that actually goes before we cut 2 pieces. And then we need it to be, where are we at? Where's the scoring tool? And then we want to go here on the 10 side. I'm going to score the first 2 lines. And let's fold this and see where that gets us with this. See, we're a little bit short though. See, we're a little bit short. So we should actually use the punch board. Not the punch board. We should not use the punch board to score the second line. Let's use our scoreboard to punch the, or to score the second line. So you're gonna basically, you're going to go, let's see, on the 10 side, you're gonna go at 1 inch. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go over to 9 and 1/8 is what you want to do. And that gets you your 8 width. And that gets you enough room here to be able to insert this and wrap it around. And then we have enough room for a glue tab. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate. Let's see. Oh, actually, we don't need to. There's not really a direction on this. So on this one here, let's cut this at 8 by 10 since that did work. So let's go 8. 8 by 10. And then score at 1 inch. And then 9 and 1/8 on the 10 side. And then we're going to fold. And then I'm going to alternate the long one. So this is the short side. And then this is the 1 inch side, the legit 1 inch. And I'm going to alternate them. And so that way there's a short and a long one together. On here. So that way the, yeah, there's a short and a long one, on each side. But actually, I want that to go over the top. Oh, so you are going to see that a little bit. You won't see it on that side, though. How do I feel about that? You know, I think I'm going to be okay with it. And it seems like that is going to work perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some score tape and put it on the inside of these 2 tabs here. I'm going to do 2 strips of 1/4 inch just because I have it out. If I had like 1/2 inch, I'd do that as well. Not as well, I would do it instead. And then I'm only going to do 1 side at a time. So this one, I'm actually going to take the bottom, flip it over, line this edge up on there. Oh, wait, do I want to do that? No, I don't. I actually want to do this side on here. I actually want to do the 1 inch side first. Never mind, that was a lie. Hold on. And we're just going to flip it around. So I'm going to put the 1 inch side on my short side. And the reason is because I can line it up on my score line. Otherwise, I don't really have a way to line up the other side because it's short. So I'm going to line this up on the score line. Fold it over, making sure that it looks good before I commit to pressing it down. And then it looks good enough. I think it's going to be fine. Oh, okay. Well, let's get our box in. Sorry. Okay, let's wrap it around our box. Fold the short side in. And then I'm not going to go too tight with this. I don't want to go too tight because I want to make it easy. And I'm just going to wrap that around. I want it to be easy to slide on and off. And then look. Oh, how great is that? That is pretty fun, right? And you could actually put thumb notch there to make it easier to pull out, of which we could definitely do that. Here, let's see. I've got the We Are Memory Keepers thumb notch, and this thing is pretty cool. And we don't need it to and I'm just gonna eyeball it. You don't have to go the whole way though. And that way, oh, actually you could though. I didn't even think about that because it is on the back. What do you think? Does that look, that's pretty centered, I think. And I'm doing both at the same time. Boom, right? And then we'll pop this baby in. And I want the edges down for whatever's forward. Oh no. Did you know that was going to happen? Oh, these stuck. Oh, no way. The foils stuck to each other. Oh, I didn't know it was going to do that. Didn't even think about that. So, oh, dude. Well, hey, at least it happened here. And what we can do is, let's dust them with, let's see what happens if we dust them. Let's see. And then we'll just use a nice little microfiber to dust off the excess. So let's dust them to try to make them not sticky. Oh, didn't even think of that. So this is just the anti-static powder tool. Oh, that's a bummer. I hope they're shiny still. Didn't even think about that. Would you guys have thought about that? Did not think about that. And I've had that happen to me before, but not in a long while. They're okay. I mean, they're not as, like, fun as they were. And you get the film on the window, but can you... Oh, you can... you can wipe it off, kind of. But let's see if they're going to stick. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, maybe there was something on the towel there. I have been using this. Okay, use a clean cloth. Okay, there we go. And then how was this? Like this? I think it was like this. Okay, let's do the other side now. Oh, what a bummer. That's crazy. Anti-static powder tool. This one I got off on Amazon. I had to get a new one of these. I got the rabbit hole one. But, well, actually, when I went to order it, it was, like, out of stock. And so I ended up getting that one. There was a reason I couldn't order it anyways. I don't know if it was out of stock. Was it? I think it was out of stock. Anyhow, I couldn't get it. And, anyways, I lost my old one in here somewhere. I have no idea where it is. I was so bummed. That one that I got off of Amazon, it works okay. But it puts out so much powder, like, all at once. Oh. And, but I like it better than the little baggy ones, because I have a baggy one too, but, oh, awesome. Now let's see. Does it? Oh, that worked. And it's not too bad. It's still shiny. It's not as shiny as it was, but it's still pretty good, right? I mean, that's pretty good. And it's not sticking to the window. So now... we can add this into our sleeve because this is awesome. And what a fun little project, right? And now, oh, it's off. That's okay. Now, if I was going to gift this, I would actually decorate this up really quick. Like, for sure. Pop a little, especially if it was going to be a gift. Like, yeah, like, let's see. You could do, use something like Home Sweet Home, Family Fun. You could do like the four corners. You could do like the four corners. I need blue on that. Actually, we could do, no, we already did Celebrate. We have Celebrate on the inside. We could do the white. Oh, Our Favorite Memories. Oh, but there's no actual pictures in that. Always Remember. We could do Always Remember, and that's a blue. Family Fun. Always Remember. We could do a little. I think actually that is actually pretty cute. We could even just do, what could we do? No, that's too small. We need something about this. That's pretty cute there. I love this. I think, oh, maybe there's something, hold on, wait 1 second. Okay, so I just put a little something fun together here with all the stickers out of the Madison paper collection, the paper collection, the stickers out of that pack, and I think this just came out super cute. So if I was going to do this as a gift, I would definitely do something like this, and I think it came out, you know, like really cool. These shadow boxes are so versatile. You could do so many things with them. Like not only a decor piece that's just, you know, something that is a holiday related, but I mean, you can even pop that up. You could even pop that up as a decoration, right? That is pretty cute. But not only as a holiday inspired decoration, you can put photos in there for like a special birthday, anniversaries, weddings, something like that. Like what, you know, if you wanted to do a wedding gift, you could like do bride and groom on each side, like their photos, like when they first met, their engagement photos or something like that. You wanted to do it for your kids or grandkids, like their birthdays, you could do that. A little birthday display piece, like your grandbaby all throughout the years, or something like that. You know, just different graduation, like for graduation photos and things, would make a super fun display piece. And then obviously putting all these shadow boxes like back to back, like in a square, you could do picture frames like that for a wedding or something, and do a flower centerpiece, something in the middle. Yeah, but I think these are great fun. And the new We Are Memory Keepers punch board is fantastic. I wish I would have had a chance to get to show you how this worked, like how to use that. I'll do that in the next video coming up here. We'll do another little project together, and I'll show you how to use this. Sorry I didn't get to that. But to little hack for making larger shadow boxes on this shadow box punch board. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this was an easy to follow tutorial. I know I can be a little bit all over the map sometimes. And but hopefully you enjoyed it, had fun hanging out, and I hope you have a terrific 4th of July holiday weekend. Thanks so much. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.